Play David Montgomery.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the DFS Army, where my turds at Showdown Breakdown. I'm here with my two in real life best friends, Bobbywow and DFSupNORTH, to break down the showdown and figure out where the turds are at. Let's do this. My brothers from another mother. Here, you guys could be brothers, by the way, looking visually.
Yeah, but Bobby's like 14 feet taller than I am.
We can't see that
on camera.
That's just not true.
We cannot see it.
I'm like,
I
5'9",
guarantee you,
so.
if your green screen wasn't on, I would see a Christmas tree in the back of you. It would look the same.
We are kindred spirits, though. Like, I'm excited that Bobby has his Christmas tree up already. We got ours up. Like, it's
that time. I knew it. I knew you had yours up.
Is your menorah up yet, or what do we got?
Yeah. Put it in the window, nice and early. Get the tree. Get the gifts going.
I like it.
About to buy some what do you call it? Donut mix. We make donuts. Fry up some donuts.
Okay.
Is that like a thing?
Okay.
Yeah. The treat for Hanukkah is donuts. It's the festival of oil. So you fry shit, and that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, that's my
jam.
jam. I could get into that.
I celebrate like Wisconsin cheese curds.
Yeah, I'm in.
Ooh. Hanukkah food. Yeah.
And then it's like 8 days. Do you get presents every day, Geek? Is that the gig on the 8 days?
My kids have said that they get I don't get shit. My kids say they get presents every day.
That's bullshit.
It seems like,
well, Geek, they're your present.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we go.
That's what they say.
Ian's celebrating a Festivus for the rest of us. All right, let's talk about this tonight. Tonight's game is like a Festivus for none of us.
Whoa.
Except, all right, listen, Bobby, it's not going to be pretty tonight. It's not.
Because you're a Steelers fan, yeah.
Well, hey, I love it. By the way, it might be ugly for a Steelers fan, and I love that alternative possibility that we're all thinking, Fields is the bad quarterback, can't fuck it. What about Ben?
Never know.
What about Ben? He can't move back there. If Chicago defense plays well and they run the football, they're going to win this game. Don't need a whole lot from Fields. So there are multiple ways for this to go. But let's start on the Steelers side. And you guys mentioned, I guess, a name of a player that is getting a lot of run. I don't even know. Who the hell were you talking about?
Gentry.
Where is this? He's not. Who is this person? 60% of the snaps? Lots of targets? Hello, Turd.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get right into it, though. Right at the top. So these defenses are both very, very good. And Hunter gave me a little bit of info kind of about – I almost want to read it. I'm afraid to put it on screen. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I saw the article earlier today.
Hold on. Let me I don't want to put it on screen. So hold on a second. That's a DM. Could have been other shit said in that DM. I don't know. The last thing we want to do. A lot of before he sent me the note, he was talking bad about both of you guys. I don't want to show that.
Wow.
That's fair. That's
all right.
Fair.
TJ Watt impact on the Steelers when on the field versus off. Let's just say it's massive. 9 or more points given up when not there per game. 3 sacks per game when there versus like 0.5 when not. He's healthy tonight, which is good for the Steelers defense. Chicago gives up the most sacks in the NFL through 8 weeks. Chicago defense without sack leader Khalil Mack, big hit to their pressure ability, but they still have a couple other playmakers, Hicks, Quinn, but Max is one of the main guys. Also missing safety Eddie Jackson, hit to the secondary. Matt Nagy back, probably not a good thing either. So a little bit of an overview of just like the impact of TJ Watt on that Steelers defense. Bobby is shaking his head no. He is a local bleed blue Bears fan, true and true. So we're going to get the biased fan opinion here, I think, on this one.
I mean,
what do you think of that, though? TJ Watt, good play.
He's the best player defense. He's the best defense player in the league. Like, he should have won the defensive player of the year last year. So, I mean, Watt's a stud, right? I think for sure. I think that we saw last week that Fields is starting to get a little bit more comfortable in his own skin in this offense, like being able to maybe avoid some of these sacks, which could be a positive here. But yeah, I mean, Watt's a destroys people. Like he's good. Like you got to play for that.
I would caution that we also saw a game of competence out of Zach Wilson, followed by another disastrous regression the next week, followed by the discovery of the future GOAT Mike White. We're not talking about that right now.
He's a New York Jet.
A similar pattern where last week, and so Bobbywow, let's talk about this. Last week we saw competence from Justin Fields. Played against one of the worst defenses in the league, but nonetheless, some competence, right? I was like, shit, now I'm feeling a little bit better about all my dynasty exposure to Justin Fields because I was starting to think I wasted my second round pick or my number 3 pick in the first round on garbage. But now I'm like, hey, no, I think he's actually real. So I'm rooting for Justin Fields because I have a lot of dynasty exposure. So Bobbywow, what do you think happens here? I mean, like now he's going up against a pretty good defense. It's not the same as what we saw last week in a mint matchup with no Nagy to fuck it up. Now we've got a lot of things working against Fields. Can he do it? Can he be poised? Can he be competent? Or will he regress back into the guy we saw that when the running game wasn't working, it's a disaster?
I think he can do it. And obviously I'm a Bears fan, so you're going to get a little bit of homer bias here. But the reality is he's the most confident quarterback in that quarterback class. And so when we talk about a quarterback progressing and building week after week, I think he's the guy that can actually do that. So it would not surprise me if Justin Fields played well tonight. And, I think one of the biggest things to note is he rushed for over 100 yards last week. So the upside is massive with this kid. If he finds a way to put the passing piece together, look out. He's going to be really good.
Totally agree. So he's got to run, though. He wasn't doing it earlier. Don't know why. Maybe it was Nagy. I don't know. Why wasn't he running? Doesn't make sense. Not sure, really. So let's talk about the Steelers side of this game. Najee Harris, basically the potential rookie MVP, getting a massive workload, 90% of the touches, all of the rushing, lots of targets in most games. All right. Last week was a down week. Forget about that. He's going to be getting targeted like crazy. You got to have Najee Harris in this game. Top captain play, top everything play across the board for me. He's the best play on the board. Agree or disagree, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I agree.
It's insane with the workload that he's getting. Like even you said like last week, down week, like he had 26 carries. Like that's insane.
Yeah, the workload is madness.
Like it's out of this world. Like he has a what? I mean, obviously it was like a weird game, but he had a 19 target game this year. Like it's insane. Like this offense runs through Najee Harris and Deontay Johnson and really through Najee Harris. So like I wrote in my notes, like I don't usually get super excited about paying up for the top option in like any of these showdown slates. Just because it makes more sense sometimes to play like these cheaper guys so you can fit more in. But I'm in on Najee this week. Like I'm going to be overweight on him.
I think the Zach Gentry cheat code allows us to play whoever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. The cheat code, that is Zach Gentry. But moving on through, Deontay Johnson is the target guy. He gets the most targets as the wide receiver position. I've called him cheat code Deontay for about the greater part of 2 years. No one's caught on yet. It's pretty weird. I still get to have my own personal cheat code in cash games every week, and it's pretty nice. The salary, it's taken 1.5 years for them to raise him up past 6K on DraftKings on the main slate. Like, I wish they didn't. No one plays him. Give me the cheap Deontay. Why are you taking it away? Don't do this to me. Deontay, a little bit less of a touchdown score. Sees a lot of PPR guy. Chase Claypool is the big play guy. I think what's hurt Chase Claypool this season is just the inaccuracy of Ben Roethlisberger. He's lost the ability to really throw with accuracy deep. And Chase Claypool's that guy. Like, he wants to go deep and he'll go up and get it. He's a big dude, like borderline a tight end sized person. And he is the go up and get a guy. And you just got to throw it in his area. And Ben has not done that, but it could happen at any time. It could happen. After that, it's really thin at wide receiver with James Washington, again, kind of functioning as like a go deep guy. He's playing that role. You notice that Washington only got 45% of the snaps last week, which tells me And this is what happened last week, Bobbywow, and why Zach Gentry came into play. Because what they did was they went with a run-heavy game plan, 2 tight end, 11 personnel, where it was just Claypool and Deontay with Freiermuth and Gentry on the field. And what we saw was nice little target load for Gentry. What's the salary of Gentry on DraftKings?
1,800.
Oh, man, I wish it was cheaper. I wanted 600.
Be nice if it was cheaper.
Yeah, and where's Freiermuth?
He's mid-6. Let me see here.
He's expensive.
Andrew, I think, is right. Yeah,
7K.
He's the Byron Pringle, which is right. I mean, that's a good call. 7. What did you say? 7K for Freiermuth?
Yes.
What the fuck kind of price is that? What? That is just not cool at all. So I think Freiermuth's like unplayable at 7K. What the fuck?
No, not unplayable.
I mean, he's got to be a touchdown scorer.
Oh my god, that's a gross play. I can't wait to try to make a lineup to see how that works. 7K, Bobby? Wow, what the fuck?
See, this is why I'm on the Bears. I mean, you can get Darnell Mooney for cheaper than Freiermuth, and you can get Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, I know he hasn't been good, for $200 more. That's insane.
It is crazy. A little bit crazy right there. If I could figure out how to scroll over on my screen, we could see what's going on with the Bears. But, of course, as I have jacked up the size of the screen to ungodly levels, I can't even find the scroller. Here we go. Okay. Now let's talk about the Chicago side of this game. The return of David. Where's David Montgomery's cousin? He's always here, and now he's not on a David Montgomery game. That's bananas. He's usually
maybe he's at the game.
He's usually in the comments. I don't know where is he? I don't know. All right. Justin Fields, we already talked about him. Khalil Herbert, the return of Montgomery. So let's address that here.
Sure.
Montgomery comes back. Is he the lead back? How many snaps does he get? What percentage, and how much does Khalil get?
I think the consensus between Josh and I is that Montgomery's going to get the bulk share of the snaps. We've seen a couple Chicago beat writers mention that and report on that. And just the fact that the Bears have a bye week next week and they're going to activate Montgomery tonight tells me that he's healthy enough to get a big bulk of the workload. So I think he's going to resume duties as the primary back with Herbert spelling him occasionally and on third downs.
I'm going to call Josh. Josh agree. Montgomery's the guy, maybe a little bit of working in. It's not a good matchup. It's a very tough matchup for the running game for the Bears. I mean, the Bears will try to run that football, though. They will lean on that running game no matter what. They're not going to go away from it unless they're down big. They're going to play defense. I think this is a low-scoring game anyway, close, low-scoring, like dirty, nasty, gross game where that goal line smash. I'm not even worried about the matchup because the way I see this game going down, it's going to be gross. There's going to be turnovers on both sides. There's going to be a lot of defense being played, and there'll be situations where, Montgomery has the ball and it's on the 1 yard line. He's going to smash it in.
I think so. I like Montgomery. I think Herbert's a viable leverage play. Like if Monty is ruled in here, like we're going to see Herbert's ownership just tank to nothing at his price. It's not like he's priced like a cheap backup. He's priced like a starter. So we could feasibly get, they're priced right next to each other. Like you could feasibly get Herbert in there and get some leverage on the field if Monty re-injures himself, or maybe they get down on the goal line and Monty has a 20-yard run and all of a sudden here comes Herbert trotting in to smash it in. But yeah, Chris is where I'm at. I said that this morning, right?
I agree.
Let's not forget that a Geno Smith-led Seattle team with Alex Collins as the lead back stuffed the ball down the Steelers' throats in the run game a couple weeks ago. So
who was out in that game though?
TJ Watt.
Was he?
I think he played.
I'd have to check. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, nonetheless, listen, that's what I'm saying. Like defense, rankings, it doesn't mean shit. Each game is unique and different. We see teams play well. A lot of it is bullshit. Here, S-Ray, he's already bringing in some turd plays. Jesse James, the outlaw.
He did play for the record.
TJ Watt played. I saw.
Oh, he did, and they stuffed it down. So there you go. That's correct.
There you go.
So let's get through the rest of the Chicago team. Allen Robinson, again, he's out there all the time. They throw him a little bit. they throw to Mooney more. I think go back and forth on a week-over-week basis. One of these weeks, Allen Robinson's going to smash. It's just that simple. Darnell been getting a little more. I don't believe it's anything other than like variance that causes that to happen. If you want to read into it more than that, that's fine. But I see, both of those guys as very playable, not like the ultimate. I feel like I'd be a little surprised if either one of them was the nuts play. I think it's going to come from a running back, but I think they're both playable, or a Deontay, or that kind of thing. But they're both playable guys. I think. Fine. Marquise Goodwin, WR3, mixes in a little bit. Hasn't had a good game really this season. WR4, I don't think we need to worry about. If you need a super turd, Demir Bird, fine. At tight end, it's been almost all Cole Kmet. But more interestingly than anything else is the Jimmy Graham being phased out for the most part, and the outlaw Jesse James kind of working his way into that TE2 status. So, again, do with that what you will. Interested in Jesse James at all as a turd?
I mean, maybe. Like, it's weird that you look at the comments and people are like high on Jimmy Graham. It's got to be just a name recognition thing. Like, he's going to be overowned because his name's Jimmy Graham. He said 3 targets this year. Three targets.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt. Hurt. It would not surprise me if he got some end zone looks this game.
Sure.
He was a
Fields
Steeler.
Loves looking at the tight ends.
Yeah,
Jesse James revenge narrative.
Jesse James is a Steeler and a Lion. Yep.
Yeah. Gary, the other best play is going to be Deontay Johnson.
Yep.
So if you need 2 great cash plays, it's Harris, it's Deontay, and then I would go right over to the running backs. So from there, I'm going Montgomery on the other side as a best play, and then beyond there, now it gets interesting.
I think Fields is a cash play over Ben
Roethlisberger
today.
I don't know any quarterback in cash, but
I would prefer Fields.
You prefer Fields. You prefer Fields.
Like, if I'm building a cash lineup, I don't know that you need a quarterback, but I prefer Fields.
I'd rather have the running backs multiple and Deontay.
Yes.
And then maybe slap some like kickers in there. Guarantee the points. Because I don't think we can guarantee 10 fantasy points for Fields here.
Yeah, I like Santos and cash. That's fair.
Yeah, I just don't think we can guarantee even 10 fantasy points for Fields. He can have one of those games.
Disrespectful thing you've ever said to me, Geek.
But I mean, the guy has only passed 10 points once this whole season. I mean, the returns.
He scored 30 points last week, Geek.
I know, but look at all the 6s and the 5s and the 8s.
And game, he didn't even start that game, did he?
He's got 2 games. He's played all season.
No,
Dalton started.
8, 6, 3, 4.
What have you done for me lately?
Okay, I will say this. Look at his last 3 weeks. Outside of the turnovers against Tampa Bay, outside of the turnovers, he's been consistently putting up a similar stat line.
The 6?
Well, I mean, I get the 6, but that had 3 picks and 2 fumbles.
I'm just saying, you can't guarantee this guy's getting over 10 fantasy points today. I probably put the odds of that probably in the range of I'll give him 60% chance.
If he doesn't score at least 10 points tonight, Geek, I'm sending you Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza to your house. All right. And then you owe me something if he does.
I'm feasting. I'll send you some Brooklyn, some Patsy Grimaldi. I don't know who delivers pizza. We don't have pizza these companies that deliver. I get some Grimaldi's pizza, but I don't know if that'll travel very well. We'll talk. I'll
ship you one of those Barstool ones, Geek.
We'll talk about it. But I'd say, don't get me the Barstool one.
That's what you wanted.
I support Dave. I support Dave.
Oh, let's not get into that.
But I don't support the pizza brand. I don't support the pizza because I don't think that frozen pizza is very good. I heard some poor reviews from you, Josh. I've never tried it.
It's okay.
All right. So
here we go.
So here we go. Let's get into the showdown, the cheat sheet here. We're talking DraftKings top plays and DFS Up North. This is your sheet. So right at the top, start at the top, Najee Harris. You got him GPP, but I think he's the best play on the entire board and the best captain play.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best play. It's difficult to build lineups again with trying to get the top guy in there, but I really like Najee Harris this week. Just the workload's insane. I almost like Deontay a little bit more just because of he's going to be a little less owned. and it changed just that small discount of 1,000. You know, I mean, it's almost 2,000 there in the captain spot can really change the way your lineup looks. So while I do love Najee, I think Deontay might be the better play just because of what you can do with the rest of your lineup. I put Ben in there. Cheaper, I don't love it like at all. But yeah, it's like, I mean, if you see what you build like with Najee at the top versus Deontay, it makes a fairly big difference.
I mean, you start with these two. Cheat code Zach Gentry. Can he be a cheat code?
I mean, he plays enough.
The Gentry cheat code. You know, you don't need all these guys up top, so you kind of want to get Montgomery in there.
Yep.
You know, and now, you know, we can't play Freiermuth, so can't really play Cole Kmet. So, you know, it's like, hey, throw a kicker in there. I mean, if you're doing like something cashy, something
I think we're being a little too generous to Zach Gentry here.
I think we are too.
Cheat code Gentry,
cheap, but I think we're overhyping him quite a bit.
No, I'm just messing. I don't know if he's a cheat code, but like, hey, if I needed to pay up somewhere, I'm just wondering, like, all right, you play Harris, you play who are you really reaching for here? You know, if you start like this, you got your two running backs in there. Now, if I try to put Fields, I'm down to 1,400.
Now you're in trouble. Now, but switch Harris and Johnson and see what that.
It's not gonna be that much better.
Just do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play all of these guys.
Put Johnson in the captain. Oh, look at how much better that is. You get $1,000 to spend on some scrub.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you know, when we're talking about this, you know, you can't play all three. So that's what I'm saying. You have to make a real choice between Justin Fields or, you know, Deontay, Harris, Montgomery. Like, you got to make a choice here. You cannot play.
No quarterback lineups are
the no QB lineup. That's right. Or you play a Fields lineup, but damn well have him stacked with, like, you know, Darnell or something like that. Like, I'd want to get Darnell in there above Robinson because he has been the favored target. He's a little cheaper. But, like, again, you can't put Fields in here. You're done. You got no money left.
And I'm definitely not going to Jimmy Graham and cash.
Hell no.
I want a Fields lineup with the Steelers D in the flex.
Let's ask IBM Watson, supercomputer, about Jimmy Graham.
Why do people like Jimmy Graham?
Let's ask the artificial intelligence about Jimmy Graham for this game and see what's up. Watson, what do you think of Jimmy Graham in this game? Should we play him?
Hell no.
I can't even play the whole song. I can only play a little bit, or else YouTube gets mad at us. That's how it goes. No Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham.
Look, I think you could play him. I just wouldn't play him in cash.
Yeah.
Has a no QB lineup won a showdown yet?
Yep, 10% of the time.
Yes.
10%.
So, yeah, all right. Getting back into it. Let's continue through. So I can't get down with this. I think I am not down with Ben Roethlisberger. I will play him none at all.
None?
Not a captain.
Ooh.
Not a captain for me.
He's so cheap.
Doesn't matter. No captain. No captain.
All right.
If he's doing it, somebody's doing it better. It's that simple. There's borderline. There's no scenario where Roethlisberger's doing it where like Claypool or Deontay or Najee ain't doing it better. Yeah, it's too thin. No play. How much ownership is he gonna have at captain? 11%.
Yeah,
I will take the rake on that.
Yeah, you can take that.
Yeah, take the rake on that. Don't play him. Justin Fields, I can understand if you want to play him. He's running around, 100 yards rushing. Bobbywow, make a case for Justin Fields. As I know he wants to make the case. Make the case for Justin Fields captain, baby.
He made it for me. 30 points last week. He's the nuts captain play tonight.
You love Fields as the nuts tonight.
Look, okay. Of course I do. But the reality is he scored 30 points last week. If he performs in a similar way, I can guarantee you that's going to be the nuts tonight. So the rushing upside is there. You know, we know that. And the truth is he's really, really cheap. Like he's even cheaper than Ben Roethlisberger. So I don't hate him in the nuts at all. Not to mention all the leverage you can get with 6% ownership. So
love that. And you made a great case. I'm fucking buying.
Let's do it.
I'm convinced. I am in on that. We're going to talk about FanDuel in a minute. Sugar Cookie. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, though, so that you get there. And it's just a reminder, like and subscribe. And also, for those of you watching, if you're not a DFS Army subscriber currently, make sure to go right now Go right now, type in DFS Army. We have a free offer page. So there's no more excuses. If you're like, hey, I don't know if I can afford, $69.99 a month for, coverage of 15 sports, domination station, optimizer, projections, everything, maybe, all right. Well, then do the free offer. Get a free month. Check it out. We love you. You come in free. We love you anyway. I don't differentiate. You know what I'm saying? You get all the tools. You get everything. Go do it. Go do it. All right. Backup quarterbacks. Backup quarterbacks. The strategy that has won many people millions this season. I'm going to say that Andy Dalton, even if he comes into the game, is not going to lead your team to a nut score, and you could avoid it. But my boy Hunter did DM me about Mace Rudolph. Mace, ain't nothing changed but my lip, Rudolph. And that Ben Roethlisberger could get hurt on the second play of this game. Would it shock you, Bobbywow?
No, it would. Nothing shocks me anymore. So no, it wouldn't. You would also need Mason Rudolph to actually perform too, but that might shock me more than
that would be surprising.
Hurt.
A little surprising.
Mason Rudolph and we'll get to this in a little bit, but in D captain lineups, Mason Rudolph was one of the QBs that was against that defense in a defensive captain showdown lineup that won.
There it is.
Which says that Mason Rudolph, I mean, really, if we're going to play a defense, we should play the Bears. But
wait till I bring up Steelers defense.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's what's missing from this list. All right. So, Deontay Johnson, Ben Roethlisberger's a no for me. Fields, yes, I accept it. Chase Claypool, big play guy, down with that. I'm good. Right. Notice that we're not really seeing on your list, but DFSupNORTH. I'm not seeing Allen Robinson. I'm not seeing Darnell Mooney. Are you completely off those guys as even potential captain plays?
I think it's a stretchy captain play. Like it's even with Robinson or even with like Fields scoring 30 points last week, he hasn't thrown for more than 200 yards yet. Right. Like, so you really need to, one of those guys, for one of those wide receivers to really be the nuts, they probably got to get 100 in a TD. Right. So for me, it's a less likely thing to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Very, very, very thin, very thin.
Yep.
And I think the obvious clear play, if the Bears are going well, it's either Fields is just doing his thing with his legs, crazy legs, or, Montgomery's having a big game. So I would boil this down to only Montgomery right now because Khalil would have been the play of if Montgomery is inactive. There you go. So it's written out correctly here. Who's more likely to get hurt, Fields or Ben? Definitely Ben for me. Not because Fields run, because Ben looks like he's hurt already going into every game. He's so slow.
He's older than Geek. Come on.
He is literally older than me. He is actually older than me. Bobby, number one play at captain. You got a question from the crowd.
Booby.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. For me, it's Justin Fields. It's Najee Harris, but it's Justin Fields.
It's Najee Harris, but it's Justin Fields.
All right. Let me tell you something. No one expects Fields to do it tonight. And if he does, Bobby Wow is going to fucking be. That's how you make the millions.
Ownership's
That's
way
how you do
too
it.
low.
That is how you do it. That's how you make the millions. By the way, let's talk about what happened this week. The unexpected happened.
Yep.
The unexpected did you expect the Jaguars to beat the Bills? Did you? No. Did you expect Pat Mahomes to suck balls against an actual shitty-ass Jordan Love to where he only scored 14 points, didn't cover the spread? What? Did you expect that?
No, I didn't.
No. Did you expect? I could go through the whole damn thing. The whole slate was bananas. What other crazy shit happened yesterday? Like, there were so many of them. I don't remember. All I know is it was crazy yesterday. And it continued last night. I don't know what happened in the game last night. I can't remember who even played. All I know is, did you expect a no Derrick Henry Titans team to completely dominate? Who the hell did they play? I watched the game. I had a lot of
Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. The Rams. Wait. That's right. Hold on. Matthew Stafford sucking against the Titans? Against the Titans? Expect the unexpected. This week.
Dak too. That's a good point.
Colt McCoy.
Expect the unexpected. Dude, join us. You don't have to see it and be like, who
Yeah,
are
what are you
those
doing?
assholes? Be like, who are us assholes? Don't you want to be one of those assholes at the top? Get signed up. DFS Army is free. Free offer. It's right there.
Oh,
Who's in the
jeez,
comments
Louise. Oh, no.
It's free. What did you guys read? I missed it. Okay. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay. So other captains of viability,
Yeah,
Bobby's going to hate it.
Claypool,
Close your
Monty.
ears, bro. I'm not even going to say just Steelers. I think both of these defenses are very viable in this game. Bears and Steelers, both defenses viable. Captains and in the flex, not together. I am expecting. All right, So here's what I expect. I expect a gross, low-scoring game. Disgusting, horrible to watch, low scoring. The unexpected would be if it's not that.
Sure.
So for me, the unexpected for this game would be, oh, wow, Bears are moving the football and scoring. Oh, shit, the Steelers are moving the football. Oh, my God, they scored 49 fantasy points between the two teams. That would be like, wow, I'm really surprised.
That'd be like
how that game
crazy.
went. Yeah.
I'm not even okay. So like, what would be like in your scenario of like if you had to guess what happened in this game, what would the score be?
I expect the score of like 17-13 in this one.
Okay, so if it's 17-13, I really think there's no chance that a defense is in the captain.
No, but you asked me. You asked me what I expect, but do I think that there's not a possibility that we see like a 10-3 situation?
Sure,
could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. I
think
that's
all I'm saying. Look who's here, fucking Gruden.
I know.
I love it.
But even even 10-3, right?
I didn't know he played. Chucky.
We'll
welcome you on our team. I don't care what the fuck you wrote.
That defense has to score, right? That in that 10, the defense has to score.
The
right?
defense.
Like, otherwise, they're looking.
Yes. But let's say. So what I said. Let's say it's 17-10, but there's multiple defensive touchdowns.
If it's 17-10 and they score twice, I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I think the main thing for me is we're looking at a range of outcomes that could happen.
Sure.
I think it's more likely that there's a lot of sacks in this game, that there's a turnover. By the way, Fields could have a good game, but he could be sacked 3 times and throw an interception.
100%.
And you know what I'm saying?
I need to be careful because I just think that defense in the captain is not a good play. And I don't think that's a good play, but I'm a big fan of defense in the flex. And I'm a big fan of like Justin Fields captains with Steelers defense in there, right? Because if the Steelers defense is scoring, then Fields is getting the ball more, right? And is able to continue to rack up fantasy points. So I am and same with the Bears. Like I want like a Najee lineup with Najee captain with the Bears D in it, because I think that if the Bears D gets a turnover, runs one back, scores, they're in the nuts in the flex, and now Najee gets another chance to just continue to run the ball.
Totally agree. So range of outcomes. Both of these defenses are very, very good. Both of these quarterbacks are vulnerable in a sense. Ben, super slow. Good defense, going to fucking sack the shit out of him. Could be knocked out of the game. Could be Mason Rudolph in there, given turnovers. Flip side, Fields had a couple good games, but has definitely been showing the rookie stuff, making the mistakes, throwing the interceptions. Could be a fumble. Lots of possibilities like that. Best defender in the league on the Steelers right now. So they could still play a good game. Bears can win, but one of these defenses could put up some decent numbers. Again, the captain defense, that's only won like a couple times throughout the years.
Yeah, it's about 5%.
5% is not a bad number, but
it's not like I said earlier, though. It's similar to like a double kicker or a double defense being in the flex.
Najee Harris gets hurt. Who comes in?
McFarland.
Don't like it.
At least that's what it's looked like lately. McFarland's gotten more work than everybody else.
Yeah, don't like that. All right, so Turd Zone. I think we already kind of covered most of the players in this game. It's funny that you've got Rudolph and Dalton on your sheet. I love this, Josh.
I wrote in there that I'm just going to start doing this because it's happened way too much lately.
Yeah, we have to include them every time. That's it. It's one enough that you should have been doing it the whole damn time.
I know.
They let Jimmy G get 2 rushing touchdowns.
That's insane, by the way.
Bobby did not like to read that. at all. Boswell, Santos kickers. All right, so the turd zone here.
Yeah.
There's not that many turds. There's
There
not that
really
many
isn't.
turds.
These offenses are so concentrated that there's just not that many turds.
It actually makes it fun to make lineups because we don't have to mix in so much of the turds, except for cheat code Zach Gentry. Cheat code
Zach Gentry.
He's a cheat code.
Jeez Louise.
He's the cheat code. I couldn't figure out how to make a lineup. But
if he scores tonight, I promise you guys that I will tweet out the DMs that I get from Geek about Zach Gentry being the cheat code.
He's a fucking cheat code. I'm putting him in. Put him in. Here. You want a cash lineup?
Gross.
Here's what I do. Cheat code. Who's the kicker? Lambo or Boswell?
Boswell's practice. So I mean, he got knocked out last week, but the assumption is that he's playing.
Bos.
Santos.
Darnell. That's your lineup with the cheat code in there.
With the cheat code in there.
That's Deontay Harris. I'm going to flip it. I'd rather have Harris. Not sure if it'll fit.
I don't think it'll fit.
But Harris, Deontay, the Boz, cheat code, David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney. Boom.
Let's look at FanDuel because I think that's an interesting build. This week.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
And at least on there, the Freiermuth is affordable.
All right, they got Freiermuth reasonable here. So let's talk about FanDuel. All right, let's talk about FanDuel real quick. Potential captains again. Can you just lock in? Wait. Hold up.
Whoa.
Hold up. I can't make an edit. Montgomery got to be on the list. The only person I don't have
in there is Monty.
He's got to be on the list. He's got to be on the list. So reminder.
I'll put it in here.
Put him in there in real time.
In real time, I'll add Monty.
Real time Montgomery. So time 5:56. Still 2 hours 20 minutes to kick off. Montgomery kickers, quarterbacks. That's who we want at captain. And Ben Roethlisberger's like a shitty ass captain level quarterback because he hasn't scored over 24 fantasy points going back for the most part the whole season. He is not putting up numbers.
Yeah,
not good.
He's more viable on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings, but
even still not against a good defense. That ain't the time.
Right. Are the Bears a good defense?
I think the Bears are a good defense. Oh, Khalil Mack, maybe not. Bobbywow, are they good?
I don't know that I would say they're good or bad. They're capable. They're a capable defense.
They just
that's right. Maybe a little more reputationally good than actual good.
Sure.
I called something in the Saint Seattle game. What did I call? Did I lose that one? I don't remember what the call was. So back to it. I'm right once in a while. I don't remember what that was though. So not Saint Seattle. What happened in that game?
It was shitty.
Just being shitty. I don't. Horrible. Okay.
Got it.
Was that the one where Geno Smith went off? No, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, he had a decent game.
Najee Harris, the clear top play. I think it's very obvious.
Yeah.
But if you're Bobbywow, you're going to load up on Justin Fields at the quarterback. Take your shot. FanDuel, is that what you're doing?
I think so. Yeah, I like Fields on FanDuel. I also really like Montgomery. He's way too low owned on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, by the way, I do remember now. And what I said for that game was I'm going, because no other player was viable besides Kamara, that I'm going to brute force a win by just locking Kamara as my FanDuel captain. And I actually did win that. I did take it down. Yes. But I did take that one down. That one and the Ernest Johnson game. I think I brute forced a win just by loading up on one player.
On D Ernest.
Yeah. I think it was that. So anyway, Deontay Johnson, not so much of a FanDuel guy. I don't know that he's going to get there. You were stretching for plays.
I'm not even. I wrote in there that I do not like wide receiver on FanDuel, but I think that he's due touchdown regression. He gets so much work that if this is like a 17-10 game, and what if Deontay has 100 and a touchdown? I think that possibly gets there on FanDuel.
Dude, what if a kicker is the nuts MVP on FanDuel?
Ooh.
Bobby, is it even possible?
Yes. 1% of the time.
It's happened before.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Honestly, the game sort of lines up for it. Its average spread is 5.5, and the average over under is 43.
Oh Lord have mercy.
The Boz for MVP.
The Boz.
What if Ben Roethlisberger scores a rushing TD tonight?
His first of his career.
Then we know for sure he'll be coming out of the game after that.
It is definitely possible that there are no touchdowns in this game. I mean, it is so possible. I mean, shit. The Bills scored no touchdowns this week. Like, what? Up is down, left is right, out is in. This was a crazy week. It was that week, and I found that weird shit when it's going on, it's the whole week. You're like, I can't be Sunday night and Monday, and then it is. Like in the past. Hunter missed me reading word for word. His borderline word for word, his note about which made Bobbywow very upset about Watt. He was not happy with that. So moving on, obviously we if you probably refresh the page, Montgomery will be here. I think it's Harris, Montgomery, Fields. I'd go Harris, Fields, Montgomery, Fields, and then nothing else. That would be for me.
Guys, Ben Roethlisberger has 19 rushing TDs in his career, so let's not act like he's never done this before.
He's only had a 26-year career, though.
240 games.
A lot of those came out in the first year. A lot of those came in that first year.
Yeah, the last time he had one was...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
2018 against Jacksonville.
If you guys saw how close I was to taking down the FanDuel last night again, I'm so mad. I came in second.
Were you close last night?
I was in first the whole time. And by the way, not with a lot of people. It was one of those rare occasions where I'm in first place and it's like, oh, 7K for first. All right.
Who was your guy? Who'd you have?
I don't know. I don't even know who played. I forgot what the game was.
Oh my god.
Tennessee and the Rams.
So I was
Cooper Cup, I'm guessing.
It was I had a lot of the Titans quarter Tannehill.
You have Jeff Swaim too.
Oh, okay.
I loaded up on Swaim.
Yep.
Loaded up on Swaim. I said it on the show. You didn't.
Good call by Bobby.
I said it. Yeah, it was Bobbywow show. But Bobby mentioned before how many snaps, like that Swaim was much higher snap share than everybody else.
Yep.
And he was the cheapest of the tight ends. So I loaded up on him. Cheat code Swaim last night, and I almost took it down. I honestly don't understand how I didn't have the nuts. Like
he was the nut. Yeah, we mentioned in the notes. One of the tight ends for the Titans was going to be in the nuts.
It was Swaim, and I loaded up on all of them for that reason, and it was Swaim. But I had the most of Swaim on FanDuel because he was priced the cheapest. DraftKings had Swaim priced up. It was like a discrepancy that I took advantage of. We talked about it on the breakdown though.
Yep.
So going through it here, Dave Montgomery. There you go. So some other interesting FanDuel plays, and then we'll make a quick FanDuel lineup. I think Claypool's a touchdown scorer. He is the kind of guy I want to have a little bit more exposure to on FanDuel than usual.
Yep.
Darnell, Allen Robinson priced below Darnell, Bobbywow.
Craziness.
That's our life now. This is what we are. This is our life now.
This is who we are.
This is who we are now. You know what that's from? I'm not even going to say. Boz, Santos, fine. Freiermuth here. Okay, AK. I like that.
I like him on FanDuel a lot.
Much more reasonable. Is Freiermuth the best play? Yeah, he's got the 5 stars. Is he the best play on FanDuel to pay down for?
I think so.
Yeah. Either him. I kind of like Komet too. Komet's been more involved in the offense. But yeah, I think Freiermuth makes the most sense.
I mean, when Fields finally had like a really, really good day throwing the football last week, 22% of the targets went to Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Can't ignore it. Marquise Brown, a little bit of like your tart throws. You got a little tart action. I don't think there's a whole lot of Zach Gentry cheat code, 6K, and then that's about it, man.
Min 5.
Oh, James Washington, 7K. What's that?
He's not even min K5.
No, somebody found out about the cheat code.
Oh my gosh. And
they outlawed Jesse James. So, I mean, I think you're going to mix these guys in. You know, it's going to be fun to make lineups on FanDuel because you can brute force this one. I think you could brute force it with just Harris, Montgomery, and Fields.
Sure.
I'm surprised. Usually this is where you say running back could get hurt, and Harris is going to be 90% owned. So maybe you don't consider rostering. But it's like the one time you haven't done that. So maybe he's the lock.
I'm thinking more that Montgomery could get hurt again and Khalil Herbert take over.
That's true.
That's the one where I'm looking at. Najee Harris has not shown us a vulnerability where he's even like limped off of a game. So, he has not shown any sort of like durability concerns.
Right.
So for me, I think I also, the reason I'm not including him is because I'm not really sure who the backup is. Like, is Benny Snell still on this team? Like, I don't.
It's McFarland.
Yeah, but McFarland's kind of like a hybrid guy. He's more of a pass catcher type. He's got nothing. Sure. They don't trust McFarland. Benny Snell still on the team. I don't think it's
Balaj
just McFarland.
Is there.
Yeah, there's other names there. I don't think it's that clean cut.
Okay.
I also don't think if McFarland – I think actually if McFarland comes in, he'll do great because they throw to the running back. You want to play a little McFarland, make sure it's in a lineup that doesn't have any Najee Harris in it because you'd have to assume Najee Harris comes out of that game early. So if you're using the domination station, this is an important rule to learn, guys. I don't just stack my quarterback with like if he's captain, no less than one of, and we get our pass catchers with him, of course. You get your Robinsons, you get your Komets, whatever, right? Komets. But the other important rule is, let's say I'm going to play McFarland. I do this every once in a while. When I play the one-off Turd, what I do is, if he's flex, exactly 0 Harris. I had this rule on yesterday for like one of these backup guys, or I do the same thing with the quarterback. So if you want to play some Mace Rudolph, and nothing changed but my limp,
sure,
you're going to have a rule. If he's in the flex, 0 Ben, because the chances of both of them scoring enough when Ben gets hurt and he comes out, that ain't happening. So make this rule. If you're ever going to play these guys that require an injury in order to be in the game.
I like it.
Yeah,
yep.
just be cheat code Benny Snell, Benny Snizzles. Love Benny Snell. That's what I'm saying. Is it McFarland? What if it's Benny Snell? That's why I don't like it. Yeah, Monty is like the Anthony Davis. He's been hurt a little bit.
Is Snell back or something? He hasn't played in weeks.
He played 3 snaps against Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah, he's back. He's in. So I mean, it's not clear that McFarland is the guy. It could be Benny Snell. I'm not doing that. By the way, just to be clear, I am not playing McFarland.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, McFarland.
I don't mind playing Herbert. But... I don't mind playing Herbert because Montgomery comes back, the hammy acts up. Next thing you know, the ankle, he twists it, boom, Herbert right back in the game. And Herbert's a fucking beast. Love Herbert. So happy to play him because he's a beast.
Montgomery, Michael.
Yeah, definitely Montgomery. Definitely Montgomery. Play Monty. I got to deal with my Herbert teams and bring Montgomery into the starting lineup. I got to do a little searching. Can we count?
Oh, don't even put that on the screen. Don't even.
Hurtful. That's hurtful. That's hurtful. I didn't read it before I put it up there. I apologize.
Is that a Fields jersey?
Making a lineup.
Is that a Trubisky jersey? Oh, look at that. That's a new one.
So on FanDuel, Fields or Deontay?
Why can't you play both?
You can.
Because then you can just get Patty Fryermouth in there too.
Yeah, I got Fryermouth in there, and then you go with the kicker and you finish it off, or Komet or the kicker. I mean, has Cairo had any? He hasn't scored
He's
at all?
12 for 12, baby.
Yeah,
He's solid.
This is pretty much it.
Right.
I don't think it has to be Fields. I think you could probably get away with Deontay if you want.
Sure.
The one guy that I'm getting some leverage on DraftKings, and it's gross, but it's James Washington tonight.
Ooh, okay.
I think if they decide to use him, he could beat the Bears pretty badly. So he's my guy.
James Washington. So there we go.
I got more with that.
Turd of the slate. Bobbywow, you said James Washington?
Yep.
Josh, DFS, and guys, in the comments, who's your turd of the slate? Drop it now. We'll put it up on the screen.
All right, Bears D. That's my turd of the slate.
Bears defense. Bears defense. Not the Steelers. Low-owned Bears defense. Steelers. Obviously, my turd of the slate is the cheat code himself.
Zach Gentry.
Zach Gentry.
Anthony Miller even going to be active?
No way.
Forget Anthony Miller. My goodness.
I don't know.
Stop trying to make Anthony Miller a team, a thing.
If you play Anthony Miller, you got to play Jesse James too. And
you
the
just
same
play
line.
all the revenge narratives tonight.
Stop trying to make Anthony Miller a thing, guys. It's not a
Geek,
thing.
Can you screenshot this chat so we can address all these people when the Bears win tonight?
We'll come back on Thursday.
We got the receipts.
Bobby will just read off names and be like,
they all know. They watch the breakdowns every week. They know the correctness. Bobbywow's turd of the slate is as good as Gargano's Butler bet. It's locked in. Locked in. Don't go. Any chance it's Jimmy Graham?
I think there is a chance. He's been priced, so if he falls in the end zone, that's probably enough. But It's a low chance.
Double D could do it.
I got the receipts.
All right.
Let's do it. Good luck.
A lot of people are going to have no love from Bobbywow after this one. All right. Good luck tonight, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. BFFs, Geek, Bobby, Josh, coming back at you. We'll be back Thursday night. Next Showdown breakdown. Sign up DFS Army, VIP. You know how we do. Let's do this thing. Good luck tonight.